So we just got back from San Francisco, so we're recording later.
Yeah, how was your San Francisco trip?
It was a trip. We went for like medical shit, but like,
Was this the trying to get Brittany to burp trip?
No, this was the one to do the consultation to get the Brittany trying to burp.
Okay, gotcha.
And they stuck a camera up her nose.
I gotta be honest, the first time you guys brought that up over text message, I genuinely thought it was one of those times where you start texting me and Jasmine on Brittany's phone, and I was like, that's not real. And then it kept going for weeks, and I was like, oh, that must actually be a thing.
As you know, I like to lie at work a lot about my personal life because it's fun.
Ooh, what'd you lie about for this weekend?
Nothing, actually. But I decided that if anybody asked me, like, what's the medical thing? I'm going to say, I lie to you all the time, but I'll tell you the truth because it's equally as ridiculous. My wife can't burp, so we have to get her Botox. But,
what a fucking world.
Yeah, but we're doing a lot of traveling in these months, so like we decided to fucking go all out on this one and do a lot of vacation-y things. So I got to try a lot of my bucket list foods, and it was incredible.
Was one of your bucket list foods a crepe with a goldfish in it? Because that's what I got a picture of.
No, I've had that before. I always get crepes there. It's I think it's called like Happy Crepe Face or something.
Oh, is it because they make faces?
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's Happy Face Crepe. I've shown you the crepes there before because Brittany and I've got them before, and they had like a little teddy bear and a dog. But
that doesn't surprise me. I just thought you go to cute crepe places every time you travel. So
I do at San Francisco because they've got them at Little Japan because that's what we did.
Fucking love crepes. Crepes are an underrated food item.
They are, and I gotta say, I was like feeling really disgusted and full after I fucking ate it because it's a big fucking crepe, and I had mine with condensed milk, so like it got very goopy at the bottom. It was like slurping on a testicle, a delicious testicle. But...
A delicious testicle.
Japantown, not Little Japan. Thank you, fact checker. There's a lot of food on my bucket list because I mean, food's one of my passions, and I got to check a lot of them off. I got to do yakiniku, which is apparently just grilled meat, and I have it all the time, so it's fun.
I love that it's apparently just grilled meat. I have it all the time.
Well, it's like specifically seasoned and stuff.
Yeah, I figured.
Unagi don is incredible. Have you ever had unagi don?
No, what is that?
Unagi don is just unagi, which is like river eel, served over rice, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's very fatty and delicious.
What is unagi don?
Don is donburi, I think it is, but it's a dish where something's served on rice. So like if you have like one of my favorite Japanese dishes is katsu curry don, which is just chicken katsu with curry on rice. The don just means on rice.
Gotcha. That sounds delightful. I fucking love unagi.
Unagi is hella underrated.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
I also got melon pan. I love melon pan. I've always wanted to try it, and now I have.
The fuck is this?
Melon pan is melon bread. It's like Japanese bread that's like filled with like stuff.
Oh,
you know, like you ever see
magical.
like a Japanese show or like them Japanese cartoons at the high school? They always like are getting like packages of bread for lunch. It's that, and they're really good.
Okay.
I also got to try tsukemen. That's been on my list for a long time. Tsukemen is ramen, but the broth is super concentrated and the noodles are served separately chilled.
Oh, fuck yeah. Okay.
So how you're supposed to eat ramen is you're supposed to eat ramen with a spoon, and you get like a little bit of broth, and then you get some noodles on that spoon, and you like kind of make like a little tiny like ramen bowl in itself and just eat it
like a
one
little
bite.
nest of noodles.
Yeah, so tsukemen is like the best way of that because you get like that concentrated broth with some pork belly and then like the cold noodles in it.
Oh my god,
and then,
I love pork belly.
It's really good. I had expectations and they were met, and I was happy.
Yeah, that sounds fucking delicious.
I also got to try shabu shabu, which
I fucking love shabu shabu.
I was kind of underwhelmed.
I would do a lot of things for shabu shabu. Okay, no, here's the thing. Shabu shabu can be underwhelming because it's like, I don't know, like it's essentially
it was
you
good.
have a
it was
broth
hella delicious
with noodles. Yeah, but I just mean like you can do it simple and be successful, but if you do it really well, it's fucking addictive.
It's really good, but my issue was that I left going, so that was like all you can eat Korean barbecue, but soup was in the way of it.
No, okay. So the shabu shabu that I had when I
could have just eaten the meat by itself. That would have been fine, but now I got all the soup. It's summer. I'm warm.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's also where you fucked up. No, I went to a shabu shabu place in Korea. There's one that opened up down the street from my apartment when I lived there. And that place was bomb as fuck because you could either get their like vanilla soup base that wasn't super spicy, or you could get the really spicy one, or like a 50-50 mix. So I would do the 50-50 where half the bowl, there's like a little, it was almost like a yin and yang bowl, where half of it would be that gentle soup broth that's just nice and comforting and warm, and the other half was super fucking spicy. But it was an all-you-can-eat buffet that had all the meat, all the noodles, all the veggies, a bunch of different types of rice cakes, some sweet potato rice cakes. That shit slapped. It was so good, but it's in the broth.
Real fucking good.
The broth has to be perfect.
Yeah. Well, like our broth, we both got different broths because like we were expecting like a hot pot situation where you share it, but they gave us separate bowls.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. It was good, but it was still like, okay, so, and it was like an all you can eat, like give us more meat, please. More, no more. For people at home, shabu shabu is essentially like an all you can eat, but it's like a big thing of broth and you throw your mushrooms in and you pick a soup base and you just get a bunch of like meat delivered, and then you just like take the meat after it's been boiling and then you just swish it around a couple times. That's the shabu shabu it's the swishing of the meat.
So the place that I used to go to was more of the like Korean barbecue method where you have a big, I guess like hot plate in the middle of the table that had the big bowl of broth, and then they would just come periodically refill the broth with like a tea kettle.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you have your own bowl. It was you had to scoop out of this main bowl that you were sharing.
That's what we were expecting, but like we got one that was just individual, which is fun too, I guess. Like Brittany and I both got different bowls, and we got to like experiment and stuff. It was fine.
I feel like part of the majesty is the giant fucking soup pot in front of you.
I definitely think I prefer the all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue more though, because it's like give me ribeye and then more of it, please, and then just keep doing
that's fair.
That.
Well, I mean, true Korean barbecue, you don't even have ribeye. You have pork and...
That's a good point.
More pork.
Yeah.
Have you ever had the souffle egg?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, so there's this thing where you get this big, like, clay or cast iron pot that has essentially an egg souffle where it's big and fluffy, and then as time goes on, it, like, becomes this flat, weird thing. But if you eat it right away, it's this big... fluffy, tasty egg, and it is so fucking good.
That's weird.
It's so delicious. It's ridiculous.
Have you ever had the Korean cheese corn?
Define that, because maybe.
It's corn with cheese and it's sweet. Like you'd know it. Because we had that at the last Korean barbecue when we went to. We had that as like an appetizer, and it was so delicious that I learned how to make it, and it's really fucking good and simple.
I honestly have no clue what you're talking about. If you send a picture, like I might be able to, but cheese corn is not sticking out in my mind.
Fact checker, cheese corn, please.
Fact checker, cheese corn.
Actually, I have a picture of the stuff that I made. Let me send it to you. Yeah, so you get some corn. Canned corn even works, and then you mix it with like some Kewpie mayo and some sugar, a little bit of garlic powder, and then you basically bake it for like 10 minutes with mozzarella cheese mixed in and some on top, and then you broil it to get that like gooey browning effect. And it's hella fucking addicting.
I gotta be honest, seeing the picture, my brain goes, I'm sure we've had that, but it's not sticking out as a core memory for me. I'm sure it's fucking delicious.
The weirdest thing I got to try that wasn't actually on my I also got to try mochi donuts. Those are fucking good.
Oh, I just had those with my friend this weekend. Mochi donuts are so good.
They're hella like chewy and delicious.
They're fucking exceptional. Did you get them from Mochi Nut?
I got them from the place in Japantown.
Helpful.
I don't know what it was called.
Did they have a Vietnamese coffee flavor? Because that's the best flavor to me.
They had like, basic chocolate, green tea, matcha.
Oh, damn.
And then they had like a Fruity Pebbles one, which I almost got, but then I forgot to get it.
I I really like, there's a one called Mochi Nut that's popular in Seattle, and they have a Vietnamese coffee flavor glaze that goes over the mochi donut, and it is so fucking good.
Yeah, they also doubled as a takoyaki place. If you know, you know. If you've been there, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh my God. I love takoyaki. It's so delicious.
I like takoyaki, but I stopped eating it because I started having moral quandaries with eating octopus.
That's why I also don't eat takoyaki, but it doesn't mean octopi aren't delicious.
Yeah. And the weirdest one that I wasn't on my eating bucket list, but like I saw it and I'm like, okay, was the cheese faux tea.
Yeah, how the fuck was that?
So we were walking around and we're hot and we're tired and we're like, I want something refreshing. So I went to this little place called like Pink Tea, and they have like a little kiosk where you just make your tea and then it gets they make it. There was this cheese faux tea and I'm like, oh, let me try that, because it was like this green apple grape and it sounded hella refreshing. So I did that, and then it asked for the cheese foam, like if I wanted normal, and I'm like, let's not do that. So I got it without, and I drank it, and I'm like, this is the most refreshing drink I've ever had in my life. I want it. But then that cheese foam thing was like scratching at the back of my head. Like, if you don't try it now, you know you're never going to actually fucking do it. So I'm like, all right, let's fucking tear this up. And I ordered it again with the cheese foam, and it's salty cheese foam. And
that's so weird.
It's hella weird. And like, you know, it's on the top. So no matter what, you get like a mouthful when you like put your straw in. And it is immediately like a fucking consistency and like sort of pseudo salty slimy taste of snot. Like, you know, if you've ever like blown your nose or like, you know, you've had like snot in your mouth, you know, like if you're hawking a beluga or something, everybody knows it's not tastes like.
It's that sensation.
It is exactly that. It's like, ugh.
That's
and it is like
awful.
salty too, and you're like, ugh. But like, I was like, you know, not for me, but I can kind of see the allure because it's kind of sweet, because it's like, I think cream cheese is what the cheese foam thing is kind of going for. It's not like, here's mozzarella on your fucking tea. But as time went on, it started to like melt and like mix together, because like the green apple grape tea itself was like kind of like slushy.
Okay.
And it started to melt together, and then the cheese melted into it, and it tasted like just fucking vanilla ice cream. It was incredibly delicious. It was at that point I realized you're just supposed to mix this up, and it's supposed to be a delicious treat.
Wait, so I'm sorry. Your cheese foam, when mixed into the drink, tastes like vanilla ice cream?
Yeah.
But pre-mixing it into it, it tastes like snot.
Well, like, if you just eat it by itself, it's like kind of unpleasant.
Just snot.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point. But it was really good. I wasn't expecting it to be good, so there we are.
Well, I'm glad you came around to your cheese foam experience.
Yes. So, also, before we begin the episode, it's been 2 weeks, but did you watch the VMAs at all?
No. The only thing I know about the VMAs is that Chapel Roan did, not Joan of Arc. There's a different
It was Joan of Arc.
No, I don't think so. It was supposed to be something else.
I think you're right, but everybody's calling it Roan of Arc, so...
Fantastic. I didn't know that. But anyway, Chapel Roan did like a really cool fucking medieval night thing to, I think, Good Luck, Babe?
Yeah.
Or whatever song.
She was originally supposed to do like 3 other songs, but she got cut, I guess. But still fun.
Sad life.
And she like wore 3 different costumes too, like on the red carpet, the actual performance, and like during the award ceremony. And all 3 of them were like this like cool night medieval theme where she was wearing armor. And it was hella cool.
Yeah, it was fucking dope.
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago by now, so everybody knows and has seen it. But Katy Perry did a performance. She performed every song
didn't even know
Woman's World.
She performed there. What? What?
She did like, you know, like California Dreamin' and like just
all
not
the
Woman's
songs
World
except her brand new one.
Yeah, so I think she's come to terms with that it's over.
I haven't even listened to that song.
We heard it when we were in Japantown. We were like in this little like convenience grocery store place. It's kind of like a like Ross, or I don't know how to explain it, because they've got dishware and like
a TJ Maxx.
Yeah, I guess so. But like Woman's World started playing, and I'm like, this fits this store hard.
This fits the dying theme of this store.
But Katy Perry did a duet with Doechii, which was not what I was expecting.
Okay. All right, Katy Perry.
Yeah, because Doechie's one of the other artists that I've been watching and listening to before she blew up, and she did, albeit I don't think as big as Chappell Roan.
Yeah.
She got big for a second there. But on Chappell Roan, crazy night. Yes, she performed Good Luck Babe in Medieval Armor. Also won Best New Artist.
Not surprised.
A whole different thing. But the real juicy story was her red carpet incident. I guess there was some douche paparazzi that was pushing and grunting around about not getting the shots that he wanted because...
He's a douche paparazzi.
Yeah. And I guess another photographer's like, fucking chill. So he yelled back, shut the fuck up. So Chappell heard this and turned around and spat, you shut the fuck up, with a big witchy nail pointed at him.
Beautiful.
And someone got a shot of it, and it's incredibly
I
iconic.
actually haven't seen this at all.
Fact checker, find that photo, please.
Do you ever feel like we just send Brittany on wild goose chases? You're like, find the golden egg.
That's what she's paid for.
We don't pay her nearly enough for the bullshit quests we send her on.
It was this. She like pointed. She's like, shut the fuck up. Apparently, I was reading an article. She did an interview, and she was saying that she's probably has the best like contract of modern musicians.
What's her contract?
Well, because like she gets more money than other artists like in this kind of musical era. Because she like went in and she said like, fuck you, pay me. I know what I'm worth. I could do this on my own. I don't care.
Good for her.
Fun fact, musicians get paid
shit ass
peanuts.
Money. Yeah, like unless you're epically large, you get paid fuck all. And even then you're getting paid fuck all, but your returns are on like millions and millions of fuck alls.
Yeah, the music industry makes all of your money.
Yup.
And you're the artist making music and doing all that shit. And it kind of sucks.
Yeah, I do like, I think she did I think it was a podcast interview where she was talking about how if you're willing to sacrifice your mental health, you can do really well in this business. And she was talking about how she refuses to do that. And I was like, good for you, dude.
Yeah, but like she was saying, like, yeah, her contract's really good because she was like so adamant on like, I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not like a starry-eyed tween. No,
yeah, she's like, I don't give a shit.
Pay me. I'll set up a YouTube. I don't care.
Yeah.
I fucking dare you.
Good for her.
And that's cool. Anyway, welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home. We're like fucking 20 minutes in.
When do we not start with a very long rant about other things, though? Let's be real.
It's always Chappell Roan, too. I have a real problem.
It is always Chappell
I'm sorry.
Roan. No, we both have an addiction. It's fine. It's not just you. I'm enabling you also.
And I'm on brand Gambit. This is our off-brand podcast.
And I'm on brand Rachel, the only podcast to bravely venture into the unknown and tell you everything about Chappell Roan and her personal life.
It's also the only podcast where I get to make music references that Rachel doesn't get so I can scoff at her all lordly like.
Every episode.
Shock the Monkey.
Is that a reference?
Oh, is it?
I don't know. I'm scared.
REO Speedwagon.
Oh, God. That I understood, but is that a reference or the answer to Shock the Monkey?
No.
You sound like a grandma with Alzheimer's. You're just like on your deathbed. Just shock the monkey. Okay, Grandma. REO Speedwagon. All right, Dave Grohl. Okay, when I was in college, Dave Grohl and I played beer pong. Okay, Grandma. Sounds good. Woman's World. You fucking yelling things.
No, REO Speedwagon's a band. They did.
No, I know REO Speedwagon is a band. Fuck you.
Okay.
I understood that one.
Shock the Monkey is a Peter Gabriel song.
You're a Peter Gabriel song.
That's fair.
Each week we
which
play
Peter Gabriel song am I?
Shock the Monkey.
I want to be Sledgehammer.
Okay, you can be whatever you want. You're Alzheimer's grandma. You can be whatever your imagination allows you to remember. Each week, we play Russian roulette with our success as well as Peter Gabriel's success, and we spin a wheel to find out the genre of the next week's podcast. This week, we're attempting the fine art of comedy in the form of no stupid questions. And that includes my questions about whether or not Gamage is talking about a pop culture reference in relation to words he's yelling.
It's always a yes. Like, there are times where like I like say something obscure and I'm like, I bet that's original, and then later I'm like, no, that wasn't. That was totally fucking. That was Star Kid from the '90s. You remember that movie? Not you. You definitely have never seen.
No,
Star
I
Kid.
definitely don't. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Anyway, we got some stupid questions. Some of them are legit. I did not find a single one for my homework this week. I just had some left over, and that's it.
I found a lot of them recently, and some of them I feel like are strong straight out of the gate, and a couple other ones I feel like can be made strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can develop them.
Like a piss shirt.
Like a piss jug. You can develop it into something.
Piss shirt bent bars. It's another reference to things.
I'm sure it fucking is. I'm just ignoring Alzheimer's grandma now. Nice. Good job, Grandma.
If people are naturally attracted to good-looking people, why hasn't evolution gradually eliminate ugliness over thousands of years?
Didn't we? We already did this one.
Did we?
Yeah, we 100% did. Skip to the next one.
Okay, cool. Well, the answer is we did, so... oh wait, I should unfavorite that then.
We're prettier than we were and uglier than we will be. Moving on.
Why did men in America stop wearing Speedos at the beach?
You know, I also have a bathing suit related question.
We've done several bathing suit related ones on this show.
We have. I think it's because American men are too nervous about dick size.
Yep.
Even though probably most of them are average, we're too nervous that it represents our entire social hierarchy.
But people don't want to be average. People want to be above average and big. That's because like the pornos, and that's
well,
it doesn't help that like boys fucking poke fun at it. That's all they fucking do is.
You can't be average in the United States. Texas exists.
I would never like do the ho small penis because like it's just lowbrow humor to me. It's just
it's
silly
beneath
and like
you as a big dicked man. It's beneath you.
No. No, it's just always been like what's the point of making fun of something they can't control? It's like making fun of somebody being old or what.
Do you feel like a rich
born in.
person trying to mock poor people?
No, because rich is something you can control too. Penis, you're born with it. You learn to be happy with it because that's what you got. My wife and I actually do have a joke of like, if you ask, I like to do like is he bigger than me? If I catch her like just texting somebody on her phone,
just anybody.
Yeah, and then she'll be like, no, and I think that's more of an insult because it's like, no, I'm cheating on you with somebody
smaller.
Yeah, because they're able to give me things that you can't. That feels like more of an insult to me.
I would agree with that. I feel like that tracks. There's logic behind that.
You are emotionally unsound.
You're emotionally inept, so I'm getting it elsewhere.
That's why Americans stopped wearing Speedos. We also don't have any nude beaches either, so take that.
We have nude beaches. They're just significantly fewer and further between.
Yeah. But like in Japan and Germany, nude bathing is like a common thing.
Well, nudity's just not a big deal.
It is, but it isn't at the same time because
nudity. Sorry, let me preface this. Nudity within your family is not a big deal, so it's just like culturally not seen as big of an issue.
No, but I was like saying like because if you go to like a Japanese bathhouse, you're gonna see people of the same sex, strangers nude, but then at the same time like you can't wear a shirt like that's low cut because then you're a slut.
Yeah. You're a hoe bag.
In Japan as well. Like, it's like, that's weird.
It's weird logic. Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense. We can walk into a bathhouse together, titties out. But, well, it's because you're showing the other gender. Oh. Your nude
there's
form.
there's also a lot of unisex bathhouses too.
Are there really in Japan? I don't know if I believe that.
I know that they're in my Japanese manga.
Well, that doesn't mean shit.
Might be incidental, yeah. Fact checker just said we have like 10 nude beaches in Humboldt, 1 in Trinidad.
Yeah, there's for sure a couple.
Yeah, I don't go to the beaches. I don't.
You don't go to the nude beaches?
I don't go to any beaches. I hate sand. I don't swim. Like, what's
okay,
the fucking
Anakin.
point? Shut the fuck up.
I don't like sand.
How dare you?
It gets everywhere.
But the nice thing about living in Humboldt, I don't know how the weather is in Seattle, but the nice thing about Humboldt is that our summers like don't start until like July, but they go until like October. Like it's still sweltering and sunny here.
It was hot today, so
yeah. So I'm still having a brat summer. That's what I'm doing.
I'm still involved in my brat summer.
I don't know if you know this, but Joey Valence and Bray released their No Hands Deluxe album. That's right. We're back on the music.
What? I love Joey Valence and Bray. Thank you for the plug.
They released the deluxe version of their album and it has like a couple more songs on it. And they have a song on there called 365, and I was like, oh, that's a coincidence because Charlie XCX just released that song too. They do a cover of Charlie's fucking song, and I'm like, what?
I love what a coincidence, JK.
Because I'm like, what are the odds? Like 365 is like days of the year. Like it might be like some like
it could be anything
around the calendar. Yeah, like, and it's just that is just a cover. I wasn't expecting that. It was neat.
Surprise, bitch. I like that. I'm hyped. I'll be listening to this soon.
It also has Baddest, which is a song I love, but it has Aisha Erotica in it. I don't know if you know who that is or not.
Not even a little bit.
Ooh, cool. I might recommend one of her songs at the end of this then. Okay. I definitely will.
I have somebody that I'm going to recommend that I don't think you've heard of.
Your question, please.
So on the the banana hammock topic, do men wear underwear under their swim trunks now? It's like the opposite of nudism.
Now, I used to when I was like younger because I didn't know any better. Like I would have the swimming trunks with a net and I just put it over my underwear and I'd be like, all right, good to go. And then I'll be like, oh, but now my underwear wet.
Yeah, that seems like doing a lot.
It is. And like, I feel like men would do it once and go, oh shit, what am I doing? Now I don't have any underwear. It's wet.
And now it's wet. No, I feel like I know a lot of people that do that.
Like I said, it's definitely part in that like insecurity thing, like how boys in the locker room will like just kind of be quiet and they'll just like, just quickly change and won't shower anymore. People think the locker rooms are like these big, like loud, sweaty things. That's not.
These big, loud, sweaty things. Dude, when I was in middle school, there was this girl that tried to bully me in the locker room, and here's what would happen. So there's like this giant fucking locker room where everybody's changing, and then there's the edge lockers where there's like a bunch of room to walk around people.
Your dog got a squeaky toy. I could hear it.
She did get a squeaky toy. I don't know what to do about this for you.
She's fucking pleased as punch.
She is. She's staring at me with the force of 1,000 suns. I love you. If you let me do this, I can come back to you sooner.
Anyway, you were bullied in high school.
No, middle school. So the middle rows of the locker room were like you'd have to stand up on the bench and walk through a bunch of people changing, hop off and leave. And then the edges were like you could very easily walk around. So I would go around the edges because I was like the first person to change out, would walk around the side. And this girl was just so fucking pissed off that I would do this for no fucking reason. And I remember one time, I don't know how this happened. I just got really lucky. She kept like trying to grab me and shove me and shit, but it was like enough space that I could just like sidestep her all the time and leave. And I was like, you're so fucking stupid. Like, I don't give a shit about this. One time she tried to throw her shoe at the back of my head, and I don't know how, but I spidey sensed it coming. So I just like dodged a little bit to the right, and it went and clapped the wall in front of me instead of hitting the back of my head. And she just burst out and goes, "Are you fucking serious?" And lost it. Like, went on a full-on mental breakdown because I dodged her throwing a shoe at me. And it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. She, like, completely lost her shit.
Oh, Jesus. Did everybody clap?
No, everybody was just dead silent because they're like, what the fuck is happening?
I believe that.
It was magical.
Fact checker says junior high girls' locker rooms are crazy. Mine is filled with Axe body spray for some reason and monster cans, just awful.
Were you in a
I don't
men's
think you
locker
were in
room?
the girls'.
I don't think you were. I think you might have been in the boys' locker room. Brittany, I think you need to fact check where you were. Not to not answer this question at all, but I have no idea if men wear underwear under their swim trunks now, but who gives a fuck?
But, I mean, some do, some don't. I think it's the same ratio of people who wipe and don't wipe.
Oh, God.
There are people out there doing it. I don't know.
Have you ever met somebody who doesn't wash their butt?
We've talked about this. I cannot.
You're like, I can't circle back. It came up in my life recently.
I mean, it's just that we already talked about it on several episodes. I know.
Yeah, that's
but
fair.
Like,
that's fair.
We have to. There's some things where like we're allowed to repeat certain things and questions and stuff. Like,
but
a couple
cleaning
times,
butts isn't
but
one.
No, a couple times is the limit. Is what
You're
I'm saying.
drawing the line in the sand here.
I'm drawing a line in the bathroom. The linoleum has a marking. All right, next question.
A shit marking. A skid mark.
Am I damaging my health by skipping breakfast? Dude, okay, so fucking one of my favorite things. I'm going on a tangent. No, I love breakfast. But I fast. So my fasting window is during breakfast time. And every time we go on vacation, it's always like kind of near a McDonald's, and I have a McGriddle every fucking morning because I'm on vacation and no fasting.
Yeah. And fuck that shit.
I fucking love McGriddles and I go crazy about it. And like then I come home and I'm like fasting and I'm like my stomach starts gurgling at the exact time I would be having a McGriddle.
Your stomach's quietly screaming McGriddle.
And I'd you know, like I'd be like, okay, once a week or something McGriddle, but like Brittany is dead asleep during any
McGriddle
kind of hours. And
Brittany's asleep during your McGriddle window.
And I'm pseudo-rural, so like there's no McDonald's are fucking miles away. So
the one is like 2 miles from your house at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I also fucking love breakfast, and I don't eat breakfast probably like 98% of my life. I've started recently, I brought like a box of cereal to work and a bowl and a spoon and just started eating Cheerios at work. And that is my closest thing. Yeah, I'm just spitting on it to get it moist.
No, breakfast is my favorite thing, and I will eat it for other meals of the day because you shouldn't restrict your breakfast. But like,
no, breakfast is an all hours of the day kind of meal.
Yeah, but like breakfast in the morning, like waking up and going breakfast, and then going to work. That's not a thing in my life because I fast.
No,
so
fuck
like,
no. Also,
I wake up and then I fucking shit and shower and then I suffer through the day until lunch and then I get my carrots.
You think I'm gonna get up earlier to make myself breakfast? Fuck you, no. I'll eat lunch.
I mean, I could have breakfast. That's not the problem because I wake up
for me, that's
early.
The problem. I don't want to wake up. I already wake up so early. I don't want to wake up earlier to make myself a good breakfast. Fuck that. When it's like mid-season at work, I'll make myself breakfast at work sometimes because we have the ingredients there. But no.
Yeah.
I'm not waking up at home to make myself some eggs and shit.
Though, to answer this question, because
we're
going off on weird tangents. Am I damaging my health by skipping breakfast? Probably not. There's more here. My wife claims that breakfast is a vital meal and subscribes to the three meal paradigm. That's not a sentence, yo. I don't have that particular view. In fact, I haven't had breakfast in about a year. Okay. No, skipping breakfast isn't damaging your health. And actually, like the 3 meal, like the breakfast was designed by big corporations who want you to buy more.
They wanted you to eat one more meal a day.
Yeah. But like, you know, fasting is a healthy thing to do. And that's basically cutting breakfast out.
Yeah, well,
entirely,
and it's been, I think, fairly well proven that smaller meals spread out throughout the day more consistently as opposed to 3 giant ones is a lot better for you. So, no, I think you skipping breakfast is probably fine, pending the knowledge that you're eating at other times of day.
Alternatively, One thing a lot of people do with fasting, and myself included, is like where it's you don't eat for most of the day, and then like for like a short window, you eat a crap ton. And that sort of balances it out, I guess.
Apparently. I can't believe I'm typing this, but my wife passed away young this year. Do you think the cat notices she's gone?
Oof. That's a rough one.
It was a heavy question, but I like the premise of, do you think the cat notices?
That's so sad. The cat for sure does.
Yeah, the cat definitely does.
I mean, I guess it depends on the relationship, but cats do miss you. They're not like dogs where it's like very obvious, but like cats will like, oh shit, you're home. What's up, bro? Like they're very welcoming back and
yeah, they're just a little more aloof about their feelings. So like if you piss them off or wrong them, they're kind of like people where they're not immediately going to show you that they were hurt by that.
Exactly.
But they're psyched to have you back. They might ignore you for a little while and be like, fuck you, you left me. And then they'll warm back up in a little bit. They're much more human creatures.
Yeah, so for sure your cat misses your late wife, and that all is sad, and thanks for bringing it down.
You're welcome.
Thanks for including a bummer in this episode.
Do you want me to bring it back up?
Yeah.
How come Hiroshima and Nagasaki aren't considered war crimes?
Girl.
Did that boomerang that into happiness enough for you?
You're fucking... Like, I'm appalled because I'm supposed to be appalled, but I'm actually proud. Like, I can't do that one myself now. So the reason they're not considered war crimes is because we won that one war. So
yes, and the winners write history, so of course it's not a war crime. If Japan were writing history, yes, it would be a war crime.
And I mean, it goes deeper because like media has definitely evolved. Like where I've talked about this before, but in America, like nuclear energy is kind of seen as like it creates superheroes. Look at this, radioactive spider bites make you super. Whereas in Japan, like nuclear energy creates these giant monsters that fucking destroy cities. And that's kind of like, telling of how each society views this thing. But again, it's not considered a war crime because we're not going to try ourselves. It's kind of like the police doing an internal investigation for something they did that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And they're like, we've investigated ourselves and found nothing to be told. Like,
that's like me stealing cheese from the grocery store and then going to the police and telling them I stole cheese from the grocery store. I'm probably not going to fucking do that.
Well, no, it's more like you own the cheese factory and you're just like stealing all the cheese. And then you're like, I didn't steal it.
Let me fire myself for stealing the cheese.
Yeah, it's a lot of that shit.
Exactly that.
Next one I have is, what's the most fucked up movie you've ever watched?
Okay, I gotta be honest. This probably isn't actually the most fucked up movie I've ever watched, but the first thing that came to mind is Sausage Party. I remember watching that for the first time, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, the premise is interesting, kind of fucked up. And then they got to the last part of the movie where all of the food is fucking each other, and that was a little bit much for me.
For me, I think the most fucked up movie is, I'm going to go with a movie that has left me in an emotionally wrecked state. Because I see a lot of movies and I'll like walk away being like, that's fucked up. But like, it doesn't like affect my day to day,
Yeah, yeah.
The movie that I think fucked me up the most is like a movie that Brittany and I watched together, and like we were like ugly sobbing like halfway through it. It was, it was rough. It's some people might find this silly. Nemo? It was. It's a movie called Okja. Okja.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was like a tiny little artsy film that was on Netflix. It's like a Korean movie about a little girl and like this genetically made hippo pig thing. And the one that she raised is bigger than the others because there was like this like contest to see which one who can raise the better one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they're like, all right, time to take it and fucking make meat out of it. But first we're going to like breed it and stuff.
Well, and so show you the meat holocaust that you're playing into.
The meat holocaust, and like there's bad sexual assault scenes on the pig hippo thing because of a bull pig hippo thing. I'm making it sound stupid, but it's not.
No,
yeah,
it's
like the
really
last scene,
emotionally taxing, and it's definitely worth watching, but it will fuck you up.
Oh yeah, the last scene is like, she manages to get Okja, which is the name of her thing, out, and they're like walking away from the farm because like she managed to buy it. So the butcher CEO lady's like, all right, cool, get out. And they're like walking away with it, and like you're watching all these other ones, and it's proven that these animals are smart and can like communicate and stuff. And they're like just managed to like get their baby calf like over the fence to like go with Okja and the little girl, and like they're basically like crying and sad and shit, and it's like it is like they're Holocaust
basically throwing their child over the fence of their Holocaust, being like, please take my baby with you away from this horror fest. It's worth watching because I feel like it's a pretty apt commentary on how we treat our meat industry in the United States, and you should be emotionally ravaged by that. I mean,
you should understand what's happening. At least. Like I'm not quitting meat anytime soon. I'll admit the movie made me start thinking about stuff, which is, I guess, the point. But I'm not going to be like.
That's the thing. It's not that you necessarily need to quit eating meat. It's either, be aware of what you're feeding into or choose to purchase responsibly if you can.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that shit was dark. Like, by the end of the credits, Brittany and I were, like, ugly sobbing. There was, like, moisture coming out of every pore on my face.
Yeah, you're holding each other, like, trembling in the corner of the couch.
I was just like, God, I'm never watching that again. Holy shit. It's a taxing movie. Taxing is the word.
But I circle back to, you definitely should watch it.
Fact checker said she had nightmares after, and she definitely did.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
It's not good.
I think I thought about that movie for weeks after watching it, where I would just come home and sit and stare at a wall and think about that film.
Like I said, I'm carnivorous by nature. It's in my blood, but like that movie made me think.
Gamage is actually a quarter T-Rex. His arms are a little short.
On my father's side. Yeah, it's because it starts out like so sunny and happy. Here's this girl playing with her like pet hippo pig thing.
And
they're like going through the forest and they're having fun. And there's a moment where like she's like falling, and then you see like the kind of the gears move in the animal's head, and like it knows exactly what to do to like help her because it's like a problem solver. So you're like immediately, oh, these things are smart. And then you proceed to watch it get tortured for like 2 fucking hours, and then it's I want to move on. It's fucked up.
Yeah. It'll make you want to vomit. Let's continue. And a different topic.
Yeah, they kind of look like Moomins, fact checker said. If you don't know what a Moomin is,
yes,
Google
they do. Yeah. Oh. Why do reporters ever say, quote, you said a lot of words, but you didn't answer a question or a complete sentence?
I started saying that a lot. It's one of my favorite things. It's from, at least I first heard it from the Talking Heads song Psycho Killer. You're talking a lot, but you're not saying anything. It's a good line because it is when, especially with politicians, they will talk a lot, but not actually like add anything or answer a question.
Yes, and be very aware of people who speak in these gray areas where they're saying a lot of things that kind of sound like they're answering a question or stating a complete fact, but they're really fucking not.
Yeah.
Fuck that noise. Stupid as hell.
It's a real thing, and politicians especially do it. If you watch the debates, by the way, the debates were incredibly hilarious.
Jesus,
we even talked about that.
Did you know people eat dogs and cats?
Oh my God. That was an answer about the question is fracking. Like, what do you think about fracking? There's gays eating cats in Illinois. Like, whoa.
Hey. The gays are eating the dogs. The lesbians are eating the cats.
I remember seeing because I didn't watch the debate. I watched it like days later, but I got up in the morning and there was a little subreddit question of like, who do you think won the debate? And then the top comment was, I have a concept of who won. And
yes, I have a concept of a plan.
I didn't get it at the time, but it turns out like they were like, what's your plan? And Trump's like, I have a concept of a plan. Yeah. By the way, not a plan. That's not a thing.
No, that's not a plan.
That's
if I'm hosting a party and I tell you I have a concept of a party, we're not very far into this like process.
Okay, that is a joke in Guardians of the Galaxy where Peter Quill says, I have part of a plan. It's a joke. It's a funny haha Marvel joke. That's what That's what he's doing.
The person running for president said, I have a concept of a plan. It's kind of like when you, oh God, some other shows have done this a couple times where somebody's interviewing and they go, how would you tackle this problem? Okay, I have a 3-part plan. I'm going to tell you part 1 and part 3, but I'm not going to tell you part 2 because that's why you have to hire me. Part 1, we're going to outline the problem.
Part 2 could be like murdering orphans.
Part 2, blank space. Part 3, solve the problem.
Well, that's just the underpants gnome where it's like the...
What?
Oh my God. It's an old South Park episode with the underpant gnomes. And they're like, step 1, steal underpants. Step 2, and then it's just question marks. And then step 3, profit.
Yes, exactly. Then yes. Exactly that. Okay. I have a concept of a business plan.
But the funny thing is that in the underpants gnome community, they didn't actually know what that step was. They're just like, we just get profit. What are you talking about?
We just know that this happens.
I might have asked this question before. What's the worst that could happen if I, and yes, I am serious, put an ice cube up my ass?
Honestly, I think the worst that can happen is I think you can faint because it's so cold. I think would be the worst thing.
Yeah, worst case is you faint and like hit your head and die. But
shit, Jesus, okay.
That's fair. That's the worst that can
happen. No, I know.
Happen.
That's reality says yes.
But like, freezer burn on your rectum, like that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I don't think you could really damage much. I think you could just send yourself into a form of shock very briefly. You'd be very awake afterwards, I'm pretty sure, pending, hitting your head and dying.
I mean, people are taking vodka shots up the ass, so, whoever.
If you're going to boof a vodka bottle, why not an ice cube?
Oh, good. Fact checker has actually fact-checked this. You get frostbite in your ass. If you get severe frostbite in your ass, you can look forward to surgical removal of the dead tissue and a lifetime of colostomy bags. Oh. Don't put an ice cube up your butt.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That is not a good time. I'm threatening you with a bad time.
You don't know what I like.
That is the opposite of a good time.
Maybe frostbite is my kink. Don't kink shame me.
Are colostomy bags your kink too?
Yes. These are weirdly coalescing for the first time for me, and I didn't know that this could happen. Why on earth did my dentist ask me if I did anything I don't want people to know about?
Like flossing?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Do you want the details?
I can't go on without knowing the details.
I'm 38 and bad teeth run in my family. My grandma was in dentures by 22. At any rate, I had a dentist appointment yesterday where the dentist told me I needed 3 teeth extracted and 6 root canals. He then proceeded to ask me something very strange. Quote, do you do anything you don't want people to know about that might affect your teeth? End quote.
Meth. Yeah, it's drugs.
Okay, that's what he was getting at. I said no absolutely. Because I had no idea what that might be. I'm still wondering what exactly he could have meant. Oh, the first person said meth or bulimia. Yeah, that's fair.
I know that there's certain drugs, like, because you have to be put under to get teeth extracted. I know that there's certain medications and anesthesia that will, like, not work if you're on fentanyl or some shit, and you'll end up waking up in a lot of pain and making a big messy poo for everybody.
Making a big messy poo.
Or a ginger, fact checker said. Yeah, if you have like red hair, then anesthesia works less on you. It's weird.
That's wild.
Nobody knows why. Nobody.
It's because they have to feel pain. They're not allowed to go under.
God said, I told you to feel.
God said, I made you to suffer. Nothing will help.
Are people actually having sex for over 45 minutes?
I saw this question too. And I have a lot of questions about people who ask these questions.
I mean,
I don't feel like I don't feel like 45 minutes is necessarily like so fucking out of pocket that you should be confused by this.
Like, are you saying that it's short or long for this person?
I mean, I think it could go either way. Obviously, if you're like,
yeah,
depends on your relationship. If you're into
quickies are a thing,
45
like,
minutes probably like, oh damn, we only do that occasionally.
Yeah, but quickies like 5 to 10 minutes, wrap it up kind of thing.
Yeah, but I don't know. That just seems like not that long.
I mean, it also doesn't help that you're lesbian and girl sex
takes longer
days.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking festival.
It is. We have to plan it into our schedule. You have to take PTO. Sometimes you also have to use sick time. You usually have to inform your local county office so that you can get permitting for it. But like, I don't know, like if you're going to have like sexy time with somebody, I just can't imagine like 45 minutes being that outlandish for if you're starting at foreplay. Like if you're starting when kisses begin and when everybody's done, 45 minutes doesn't seem like that long.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like for those boys who are listening to this and don't know, women can have multiple orgasms on top of each other. They don't care. They're terrible people, and men just kind of like go, and that's it. I don't think anybody's like doing full penetration for 45 minutes.
No, that's a long fucking time. And also people that are capable. I think that's what this
question is centered around.
Yeah, no, and that's wild. That would be a long time. I would agree with that.
The porn that you're watching that's like an hour long of fucking, there's breaks in there. You don't notice it, but like they're not they
cut those out.
45 minutes for sex is really just like a lot of foreplay and like cuddling and like there's a lot of things, steps involved.
Yeah. No, also, there's sometimes where dudes are
Fact checker said, and those guys in porn can't feel shit anymore. Yeah,
exactly, which is why it lasts for 4 hours of your porn.
I was watching an interview with like an older porn star, Peter North, I think maybe, but he was like saying like back in the day,
does his dick point to the North Star? He's a compass.
But he was talking about how like back in the day, porn used to be like this awesome fucking job, like. Every couple months, you like go and like get with this awesome hot chick, and then like you get paid and you're good for several months. But nowadays, it's like they have to do it so constantly because it's such a saturated medium, and like they have to like shoot up their dick. That's like a real thing. Is like there's like
that's just so wild.
Can
you imagine putting a needle anywhere near your penis?
No, I cannot.
It sounds terrifying.
But yeah, that's like a real thing. So porn is not something you should go with. And a lot of those giant penises, those are showers, not growers. So keep that in mind too. A lot of those people, like they get like lightheaded with an erection. A lot of them, girls don't like those penises and they do it for the money.
Also, additionally, I just want to throw in here that generally speaking, girls also don't like when you last an absurdly long time because having like penetrative sex for like 2 hours, not actually all that fun. It's a lot.
Shit chafes. Yeah. And also, despite what the Japanese cartoons are showing you, girls don't like their cervix being stabbed. That's not a thing they like.
It's not a pleasant sensation.
So don't look at your like average size 6-inch dick and go, oh, like that's a fine size, man. You're good.
It's not about your dick size. It's about the motion of your ocean.
Yeah.
Just learn what to do with it.
Okay, so this actually has some context to it, and I have to read it now.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh boy. boy.
I'm hyped. Tell me more.
I have always paid for sex. This means I have never had a mutual hookup where there is a natural attraction between us. It's always more of a task or job for the woman. She's there to make me nut as quick as possible, collect her money, and leave. I do some oral sex on them. Oh, that takes about 5 minutes, and actual penetration takes about another 5 minutes, and it's all said and done between 7 to 10 minutes. Yet I have female friends that tell me when they have sex with their partner, they are fucking 45 minutes to an hour, and this just blows my mind. I have taken Viagra, so I don't nut as fast, and after 10 minutes of penetration and switching positions, and me not coming, it actually feels awkward. It's like sawing something back and forth. It's just a weird motion to be doing, and not to mention, I am also not as big or girthy as the other men, so I'm not even sure if this woman feels much. Anyway, it's been in the back of my head when women tell me they have sex for 45 minutes to the point that they are sore the next day. What exactly are y'all doing? What does sex look like when there's a mutual attraction and it's not something you want to get over with, quickly paid and leave? First of all, don't do oral on a prostitute.
No. Number one, don't give a prostitute oral. You are paying them to pleasure you, not vice versa.
I'm not saying that like prostitutes and escorts are like inherently dirty and have diseases. No, like there's a lot of like cleaning up and there's a lot of regulations in the modern day, and that's great. And no matter what, if you're having sex with somebody, a stranger for the first time, you are wearing protection. There's no arguments against that. Prostitute,
yeah, unless you're giving them oral through saran wrap, like you probably shouldn't be.
It's like trying to get the last bit of peanut butter on the fucking...
Yeah. Yeah, don't do that.
But yes, you are having a transaction. You're paying for a quickie. Well, again, a quickie,
they
7 to 10
want
minutes.
it to last 7 to 10 minutes because, I don't know, like you pay, X amount of money. The faster this exchange happens, the faster they can move on to the next person paying the same amount of money for that amount of time.
Yeah.
It's like the fucking checkout aisle at the grocery store. The faster I check you out, the faster I check the next person out, the faster nobody's in my fucking line and I don't have to talk to anybody.
But yeah, like it even says it right here. Like it's always more of a task or job for the woman. She's there to make that as quickly as possible. That's what's happening. This is a fast transaction. Like actual real people, sorry, not real people, but actual couples are having sex for 45 minutes because...
Are you saying couples aren't real people?
No, I was like saying that this person wasn't real for a second, so I had to like rephrase that.
Yeah, that's fair.
But actual couples are having sex for 45 minutes plus because there's a lot of other things happening there. There's
an actual give and take where
kissing,
you're
making out,
interested in the person, hopefully, but also be interested in like that person's endpoint.
It's more than just... I fucking gobbled down for 5 minutes. She felt nothing, of course. And then I nutted as fast as possible and I got out of there.
Rolled over and went to sleep.
7 to 10 minutes. That's actually average. Yeah, of course it lasted only that long because it was just for you.
Yeah, that was the exchange that you paid for, my guy.
Man, this context was crazy. I'm so glad I fucking read over this.
Yeah, I'm glad you read that too. That was a ride. That was a 7 to 10 minute ride.
Top comment is, Bud, don't do oral on ladies you're paying to have sex with. Oral sex on a hooker is a god-awful idea is the second comment.
No.
I've had sex for over 45 minutes, but it included a 30-minute break.
I like that.
Don't look at porn and think that's what it is, because it's not.
Yep. What does it mean when American colleagues are talking about Ayanacy?
I'm sorry.
Ayanacy.
Can you spell that out for me?
Ayonese. Ayanacy. I want your best guess because this is not a English word.
Ayanacy. Oh, is this a onesie?
Fucking maybe.
Like a onesie, like a bathing suit that's a one piece or / pajamas.
Perhaps. The first comment asks for context, and OP says something like, "Hey, yeah, Phil, a onesie, a Yanisi, is like a 2.8 now. There's sometimes a number in the sentence, but when I looked it up, I didn't see shit," is what they said. They're from Sweden.
All right. Well, what I was just saying I don't think factors into a grading system. So
no, I don't think so either. I want your best blind guess because I think I have an actual.
You my blind guess.
I think okay, one more because I think I have an actual answer.
A1SE.
Nobody knows what it means. It's provocative.
It's one of my favorite lines from a movie, by the way. It goes in my head all the time, but I never get the opportunity to bring it up. So now I'm bitter.
Oh, I say it all the time.
A1SE.
This is my reference that I have on lock.
I think it's like an acronym, like the A1SE. And this person heard it and they spelled it how it sounded.
One of the comments says A1C, like the blood sugar test for diabetics. And I think that's the closest that the comments have gotten for an explanation, but it is immediately followed by, why are so many people talking about their diabetes at work?
Also, like, is 2 point something a good score? I don't know.
Fact checker. A1C test 2.8. What is that
What
score?
region did they hear this? I mean, they heard it American, but they're Swedish is what's happening.
Yeah, they're in the United States, but they're Swedish. I don't think it has anything outside of America as the location.
Yeah, look up blood sugar levels, and if 2 is a high or low number.
Yeah, is 2.8 like I'm going to die tomorrow, or I'm doing well today?
Or I'm going to go to sleep and never wake up again.
Yes, exactly.
Doesn't that happen to diabetics as you go into a coma and just never wake up?
I don't know.
I gotta say,
that sounds terrifying.
That's not bad. Like of all the ways in life to go,
2.8 is considered low. No, you could fucking die in a fiery car wreck. I'll take falling asleep and never waking up because I'm in a coma. That's fine. I don't particularly want it to happen, but if those are my choices,
no, nobody wants to die, Rachel.
Yeah, if those are my choices, yeah, sure.
Hemoglobin A1C level of 2.8% is considered low. Don't you want like not low blood sugar or high blood sugar? You want it like stable?
I don't know.
Me neither. And there are several possible causes for it, and never answered. On the edge of my seat.
Read your question.
Damn it, Brittany. Okay. Diet control. Extremely strict diet control can cause low HbA1c. Anti-diabetic drugs. Excessive use of anti-diabetic drugs can cause HbA1c. Laboratory error. A laboratory error can cause a low hemolytic anemia or hemorrhage. This is fun.
Don't educate me.
This one's fun. Is it possible for a male to compliment a female colleague on her appearance without sounding like a creep or that you're trying to hit on them? Yeah.
I think yeah.
I think I know the answer to this one, but I was keen on hearing from the community whether it is possible for a straight male to provide a compliment to a female colleague about something related to their appearance without making them feel uncomfortable, creating an awkward situation, or making them think you're making a move. Well, the way you're wording this makes you sound like a creep.
Yeah, it makes you sound suspicious as fuck. 'Cause like,
provide a compliment to a female colleague.
Telling somebody like, oh, I really like your sweater. Vanilla comment. Somebody walking by in a new skirt and you being like, damn, Sharon, that skirt. Totally different.
Because I've definitely said, like, girl, I love your boots. Like, I think that's fine. It's all about delivery. Oh, top comment.
The gayer you say it, the easier it's going to go down.
Top comment is, can you say it to your grandma? Then you could say it to your colleague.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. It's like, wow, I really like that.
Yeah, well, and I think that's the thing is, like, you can't, I don't know. I feel like it's better to narrow in on what detail you enjoy about something. Like if you're like, oh, I think the floral pattern on your skirt's really cool. Boom,
yeah.
Done. If you're just like, that skirt looks nice, probably going to sound weird.
If you really want to like throw shit out, then you go to a girl that has a dress and you're like, nice dress. I like your pockets. And then she cannot tell you that it has pockets at that point. She'll be pissed. Because girls love to tell you that their dress has pockets.
Yes. It's what we live for, Gamage. God damn it. You can't take all the wind out of my sails, you piece of shit. How dare you, sir.
But here's the trick. Compliment a female colleague on her appearance with the intent of complimenting her and not trying to
not with the intent of hitting on her. And then it'll probably come across that way.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, you'll probably hit gold. You'll probably come across as, wow, that was a compliment. Because most people don't even know they're being hit on anyway.
Yeah, so if you're not being fucking creepy and weird, you're probably not going to get picked up as being creepy and fucking weird. So
exactly.
Now refer back to narrow in on a detail. Don't just go, nice blouse. Be like, dude, I really like that color. Boom, specifics.
Yeah, people just need to compliment people more often. Thank you, fact checker.
Yeah, also that, dude. And if you regularly are complimenting several people in the office, not like one hyper-specific fucking colleague, then it's going to come across a lot less weird.
Yeah, and also, guys, compliment your guy friends too.
Yes. My God, compliment your guy friends, get them flowers, be a normal fucking human being to your friends.
It's actually funny. I'm going to segue into this question real quickly because you just touched on it. It's thoughts on giving men flowers.
normalize that shit. My God.
Yeah. I mean,
holy fuck.
At the same time, I don't like flowers in general. I think they're stupid, but
yeah, but like,
it's a thought. It is the thought.
I'm not a big flower person either, but I wouldn't have somebody show up to get me that got me flowers and be like, "Oh, fuck you."
Flowers.
I'd be like, "Oh, thank you."
They're just gonna die. But
yeah, I'm not gonna be a twat about it.
Flowers is infinitely more thoughtful than saying thoughts and prayers because something was actually done.
Yeah.
Next time somebody says thoughts and prayers, just say, "Send me flowers, dick."
Douche.
Normalize that.
Yeah, there we go. Let's normalize telling people fuck you when they send you thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, normalize freaking complimenting your friends regardless of their gender. My God. Give people love. Love should not be reserved for romantic entanglements.
Pick each other up. Don't put each other down.
Yeah.
Also, it depends on the flower too, because certain flowers have different meanings. So if you're at least give a look into. Who the fuck
knows that though?
I do.
I would never have somebody show up with flowers and be like, "Oh my God, you just gave me the seductive tiger lily that means you want to seduce me and murder me."
No,
what?
Tiger lily is thoughts on memories, so that's wrong, Rachel.
Okay, fuck you for knowing flowers.
I actually just pulled that out of my ass. I don't fucking know. No, but I know that
you're gaslighting me about fake flower knowledge.
I know that roses are kind of suck though. If you want
roses are supposed to be like a whole lot of things, and who the fuck cares? They smell good. Give people things that smell good.
Yeah,
candles,
sure.
Flowers.
But like
farts.
The tulip is like what people think the roses are. Like you give the red tulip to somebody you love, and the white tulip to a friend and shit. But I'm just saying that
I don't trust your flower knowledge anymore.
The tulip thing is right. It is correct. It is like the red tulip is the actual flower of love. Google that shit. I first of all, flower meanings are dumb and arbitrary. I'm with you on that, but you don't want to give somebody a flower and have them like overthink things because of it. Is what I'm saying.
No, dog. If you're no. Okay, hold on. If I give somebody a flower and they're whatever world they're living in is going to overthink the flower that I give them, it doesn't fucking matter what flower it is.
You're right. Absolutely.
If I hand somebody
we're
a
not
flower,
there as a society yet, is what I'm saying.
If I hand somebody a flower and they think I'm fucking in love with them, it doesn't matter what flower it is. It could be a fucking dying like butthole scorpion, and they'll be like, "Oh my God, she got me butthole scorpions. She must want to do anal."
Petition to breed a new flower and call it the dying butthole scorpion.
I would love to discover a flower so that I can name it something fucking ridiculous.
Oh, good. Fact checker sent us a picture for
of
ants,
a flower
I can't
color
fucking read it.
What is this?
The resolution is 2 by 4 kilobytes.
It's so bad.
It's rough.
Don't blame it on the computer. That's operator error.
That picture's going on the gram, though.
Yeah, I want it as blurry
resolution and all
humanly possible.
Here's what I can read. Pink tulip.
Wait, hold on. I think I got this. Give me a second. Purple tulip.
All right, we're wrapping this up.
Oh, fuck. Wait, I have one more question.
One more question. Hit it quickly. Come on.
Is Elon Musk trying to make me racist?
Yes. The end. That was easy. Yes, he is. We don't even need to elaborate on that. It's fine.
The description's wild. The For You section of my Twitter/X feed, because we're still doing that, and trending feeds are constantly filled with videos of Black people misbehaving. I see frequent random videos of large groups of Black people in the street, on cruise ships, fighting and looting. Why were those the 2 locations? These are not accounts or content that I follow. These are supposedly based on my preferences, but I only use Twitter to follow the news and politics. There's nothing in my intentional interaction with Twitter that would make the algorithm think I want this. What is this manipulation?
Yeah, man, I can't believe that Elon Musk, who supported
Who
the Pride
knew the freaking albino walrus of... Oh,
he's not albino. Something... Don't put down albinos.
No, I know. That was insulting. I was going to say a whole slew of insulting things, and I just stopped myself.
You just say Elon Musk. That's
Who
good
knew
enough,
Elon Musk was Elon Musk? Done.
Who knew Elon
That's
Musk?
insulting enough for him. So I actually listened to this artist for the first time last night. But what's her like genre?
It's city pop funk soul.
It's like soul R&B with a touch of jazz is what it's described as, which sounds about right. So you were a third of the way there. I'm recommending the song Falling Higher by Gaidaa, I don't know. Gaidaa. Don't ask me how to pronounce things. I don't know how to pronounce them. Really good. Super recommend. Great, gentle, chill, like just kind of like grooving and vibing sort of music.
So my recommendation is Aisha Erotica, who I just talked about in the... she did the song with the JVB. She was an artist who got really popular in high school doing her like dirty rap and shit, and she got hyper popular and decided she didn't want to be popular anymore and deleted all of her shit, and then eventually came back and she's cool. But
okay.
This song is called NGSUNC, one word.
Okay.
Can you guess what that is an acronym for?
Yes, I can. And here it is. Not gonna suck uncut Neanderthal cocks. I don't know.
You were kind of close. It's Not Gonna Send You Nudes, Chad. It's a song.
I was kind of close because I got not gonna.
Yeah, but like it's a song, if you want to call it that, because it's really just like two girls talking, and this guy starts like sending dick pics to this girl, and they basically like start with "Not Gonna Send You Nudes, Chad," and then eventually go to like, "We're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna kill Chad."
Ooh, all right,
it's a great song.
We're murdering
I love it.
Chad. Got it. Okay.
Aisha Erotica does a lot of other crazy provocative stuff. She's got an interesting sound if you're into that. I like it.
I like when music has interesting sounds. My algorithm needs to get switched up sometimes.
Oh man, my algorithm is all over the place.
That's the best though, because then you discover new shit.
Yeah, it's how I discovered Caroline Kingsbury and Castle Rat.
Yeah,
both
exactly.
Wildly like, whoa.
Also, Castle Rat slaps. I went down a Castle
Rat fucking slaps. You know what my favorite song is?
I went down a Castle Rat listening hole the other day and just fucking loved it.
Yeah. The song I recommended I thought was a good intro, but it's nowhere near my favorite song. My favorite song is my favorite song is Cry For Me. Easily Cry For Me. It's such a fucking... it's haunting. It's like quiet and then it gets epic. It's great.
Ooh, I like that.
Fresh Fur. Fresh Fur is the other one I love.
Is that the recent one that you're talking about?
Yeah, Fresh Fur like just came out. Like that was the one that was recommended to me, and that's how I found him was Fresh Fur. But Fresh Fur does sound more like Jefferson Airplane meets D&D.
Interesting.
But like if you watch the music video looks like a 70s music video. It like they
I like their vibe effect. A whole lot. Well, thank you guys for listening. If you liked what you heard or you want to tell us about how Elon Musk is making you a racist, please like, subscribe, download, and comment on whatever your most favorite podcasting place is. If you want us to talk about a thing or you want to recommend music, for the love of God, we love music recommendations. Send them our way. You can follow us at WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's going to be the same for our email, WHTPAHwoodpa@gmail.com. You can send us emails. You can send us gifts. You can send us Spotify links. If you want to follow us on Instagram, Fact Checker posts baller ass reels posts, whatever the fuck those things are called on
just
Instagram.
Baller asses.
We have that podcast asses. At home. Yeah. Fact Checker just posts baller asses for days. Them asses be
ass.
Baller. Yeah. Balls, ass, and baller asses.
So she actually posted a higher resolution image of the flowers, and every one of them is just love.
Every single one.
Eternal love. I'm fascinated by you. That's love. My Perfect Lover. The only one that isn't is like the yellow one, which is Hopeless Love. It's like no
That's
chance
still
of reconciliation.
love, though.
I like the meanings of flowers for other things. Like the white tulip is...
I thought the variegated tulip said mango magic, and then I had to get closer.
Like the white tulip is a literary debut. Like it's a flower you present to somebody who like just like published a book. Like those kinds of
I like that
meanings.
it says sincerity, virgin.
Yeah.
And then the variegated tulip says you have beautiful eyes.
Anyway, next week is a topic that we're going to be doing.
That Rachel definitely has the wheel up for, because I'm prepared always, and I'm not still reading flowers. You distracted me. This was on purpose. Don't lie.
Oh, my bad.
How dare you?
I have ADHD. I got distracted first. Decided to drag you down with me.
And next week, we will be discussing the illustrious and fine art of... Oh my god, Gamage, you're going to be so fucking excited.
Maybe.
Pop culture!
All right, time to say goodbye.
Okay. Hold on, I have to pull up the thing, because apparently I don't know how to do that yet.
The script?
I've been off-brand Rachel. I know. Every fucking episode for a year. I don't know how to survive without a script. I've been off-brand Rachel.
I've been off-brand Gamage, and this has been We Have
That podcast at home. Harmonize with me, damn it. I even did it to your cadence and pattern of speech. All you had to do is keep going.
Fact checker asked, do you have a script? Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Believe it?
Damn, bitch. You didn't know?
I'm leaving. Bye.
Love you, listener. Goodbye.